The purpose of this video is to help you do the research you need for your group projects. First of all, to access the library resources, you're going to want to go to Instructional Areas and then David Glenn Hunt Memorial Library. Next, you're looking for electronic databases. If you're doing this from on campus, it'll seamlessly take you right here into the electronic databases. If you're doing this from home, it may ask you for a password. There's a bookmark available through the library that lists all of those passwords, but if you're at home and don't have that bookmark, you can log into Angel, and here under Public Information Library, you'll see the list of passwords. So I'm going to click now on Academic Search Complete, which I find has a lot of the speech journals that we want. Okay, I am interested in language and gender, so I'm going to search on that one. Gender. Okay, it gives me some additional choices here, but I'm going to just stick with language and gender in general. But before I click search, I want to make sure a couple boxes are checked. First of all, this full text box will make sure I won't have to go out and search for the article. It'll be available in full text right there. And then secondly, I want scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. Now, as you can see, I have 847 searches or hits, and that's a lot. I can take the time and kind of go through these, and I might find one or two, like this one may be okay. But gender stereotypes in the language picture of the world, that's kind of interesting too. So if I find an article that I'm interested in, what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on it. And then I want to focus on the abstract. The abstract is a short summary of the article, and it often includes the conclusions as well. So the following work is a representation of theoretical grounds of gender stereotypes, phenomena, and language, as well as an attempt to display concepts of femininity and masculinity in English language by means of such fixed language structures as phraseology. So again, like I said, take your time, break this down. But basically, it's looking at the theory between gender stereotype and language and structures of phraseology, so how people phrase things, how people talk, how they order their words. It argues that in the English picture of the world, the concept of woman is presented in a more negative light in comparison to the concept of man, where the former is associated with natural weakness, while the latter with masculine strength. Remember the perception bias test that I had y'all do as a journal earlier? This kind of sounds a little bit like that. So this might be an interesting article for me to use in my project. I'm going to click over here on PDF full text, and it will download the article for me. And there we go, I can print it from here. 6 pages isn't too bad. Some of these are really long. So take your time breaking them apart, read them slowly, do the things we've practiced in class, make notes over on the side. If you don't understand something, try to do the best you can to make sense of it, and then if it still doesn't make sense, just go on, keep reading and see if it makes sense when you get a little further down in the article. Some of these articles are definitely easier than others, and if you find one is just too challenging for you to be able to use, keep looking because there's usually a lot available. One other recommendation I wanted to make, you might try to change the way you search for things. So maybe I'm interested in the perception of language and gender. And in this case, I only get 5 searches, so that's a little more workable. And I might be able to find something that makes more sense for what I'm interested in as I change the way I'm looking for my wording. So play with your wording and see if that doesn't help. If you still have questions or still want additional help with your searches, please come talk to me and I'm happy to help you do this. Good luck.